Hi everyone, I'm Shay, and welcome to Blissful Divination. Today, I wanted to kind of delve into the energy of the earth. I am a conscious acting working light worker, and I use crystal grids and things like that, and I feel called to help with the earth to help elevate it. So when I do my own personal work, that is what I do. And I was gonna cover this Donald Trump trial thing, but the energy surrounding it is so dense and disgusting that I personally decided that I didn't want to look into it at this time. Just I feel like there's something there. So I'm going to shift my focus and kind of focus on the earth because all these energies surrounding things like that have an effect on the earth's energy, and the earth's energy has an effect on us. So I thought that instead of directly diving into the center of that, there are plenty of great readers here in our community that have done an excellent job of that. And so I feel like I'm just going to give them, reader dibs and, you know, figure out something else to talk about because there's so many other things. So this energy with the earth. So first of all, we know that these politicians and everything have the help of the, non-physical realm, whether someone is doing it on their behalf or whether they're doing it themselves or however it may be. There is some help from the non-physical world for them. So I've been feeling kind of just, you know, as far as the energy, I have not wanted to reach out and do it. So it's like, I've been constantly funneling negative energy back into the earth, constantly, just for the sheer fact, because it's like there is such an extreme battle going on. So let's take a look at the energy that the earth is experiencing right now because of all these events. And we get the Hangman. Now, this is more like I feel like we can't progress or move on till we start addressing some of what's the word I want to use? Until we start addressing the dark, negative, low vibrating energy that's here. What we're supposed to do is transmute that. That's what, light workers here are here for. You have energy healers working on it in the body. We're supposed to be helping in this way. So by us not addressing, and there's others that maybe feel called to like do advocacy and stuff like that, and they're helping with the earth's energy by attacking the energy at that level. So it's like everybody is working in concept, and right now everybody's a little bit confused. I feel like when the coach said time, and just called the huddle, and they're just like, light workers, what are you guys doing? Energy healers, great, you guys are doing great, but what about the rest? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like that. We need to get more in concert, more in sync for healing the earth's energy, which therefore keeps nourishing and sustaining us. The challenge is the Ten of Wands. Everybody is doing their own thing. Like I said before, like I just illustrated, everybody is not coordinated, and they think that this is going to help us win the battle when it's actually burdening us more. As it stands, we've been getting messages and messages and messages from spirits. There are more people awakening every day. It's like they just open up the floodgates and be like, somebody, anybody, can you hear me? And the spirits around, can you see me? Not everybody can see you, but can you hear me? Like, they're basically saying, get your act together. Get your act together. See, previously, everybody turned their back. Like, okay, things got calm. People got busy. People started focusing on mundane, everyday, faded life stuff. And they walked away from actively working on saving, healing, and saving and nourishing, and like creating this cyclical pattern with the earth. They've neglected that. Why? Because they got comfortable. They got comfortable, and then they slacked off. And it happens with the best of us. We get comfortable, we slack off, we kind of like fall by the wayside for a minute. And that's kind of what happened in this situation. What we need to do is we need to get everybody back in tune. Okay? Everybody has to get back in tune. They have to start balancing out themselves, because we are out of balance as a humanity. We're out of balance. And why? It's like we don't want to get off the carousel. We don't want to slow down enough. Some of us can't. We are so inundated, so bombarded with this energy that it comes forth to some of us as anxiety, and we don't know where it's coming, and we're like, it's not mine, but yet we are constantly hit with it, constantly bombarded with it. And what I feel is a big important thing is learning how to deal with this bombardment. I constantly have to shield and cleanse, protect, shield, cleanse, cleanse, protect, shield, however, the order. If you don't, I want to cleanse, protect, and shield. And it's difficult to do that if you don't know that you should do that. And there's a lot of people out there that don't know. A lot of us have awakened, and we are the first of our name. We're the first one to awaken in generations, and we don't know what to do. You know what I mean? We don't know how to deal with this. So basically, we need to, number one, slow it down. Get out the rat race if you can. You know what I mean? Because some of us had to support ourselves doing other things, as that's not our calling. But at the first opportunity, look for the off exit. Get on the exit, take the exit, get off, and go to where we're supposed to be going. And I feel like this is a message that's being brought forth over and over and over again to different people throughout the earth. But the message is basically the same. Wake up, everybody. So we need to slow it down so we can hear from spirit, so we can get in touch. You know what I mean? People say, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, you got to slow down. You got to lower the volume so you can hear. And that's, social media, that's television, that's people. Okay? If you could just carve out 15 minutes a day. And nobody ever said it had to be like this long drawn out thing. If you could do 3 minutes, do 3 minutes. It's better than 3 minutes that you did before that you didn't do. It's better. You know what I'm saying? They have 3 minutes at that point to get what they're going to say coming into you. And the more that you start doing that, it starts to lengthen. And the more that can come across to the point that you can receive it, you just have to stop. And then you receive. I feel like we're still not out of the woods yet, guys. We have a little ways to go. There's hope. We've been wandering around in the wilderness in the dark, exposed to all the elements, and we finally come to an inn, a tavern, a place. Do you see what I'm saying? This is a place where we finally see like the last stand. It's not the last stand, really. It's just we've come to this place where we need to rest up and prepare for this big battle that's coming up. We're weary. We're battle weary, and we're battle torn. And people just feel like they want to rest or break, or they just want to get off the whooping treadmill, because life will beat you up. It will whoop that tail if you let it. I don't know about you, but when I became old enough to not take a butt whooping, I wasn't taking them. I wasn't trying to get them, so I didn't get them. That's all I'm saying. It's kind of like that. Life is spanking that behind. And if, the more you refuse to open your eyes or do whatever, the more it's going to hurt. Earth sees us at a turning point right now. All right. We're at a turning point right now. We need to make a decision which way we're going to go. Are we going to head back and do more of the same? Not even back, but are we just going to not progress forward and just do that? Or are we going to go with the path of cleansing this earth and healing this earth and doing what we got to do? It will respond. The earth will respond. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it will. We've already seen evidence that if we do the minimum, it responds. Everybody else don't see it as a problem. You know, this is why we don't have so many work. Like, okay, if you're a light worker, empath, you know these things are there and to be true. But for some reason, we get stuck in our own quagmire of thoughts and despair. But the way other people see the earth right now, everybody just sees it as a way to make money. It's supporting the lifestyles that people want to have at the expense of what? It's like they think if they keep doing this, that this sense of feeling that people had, this nostalgic type feeling of the good old days. The good old days is such an illusion. The good old days, because I don't know about you, but it's very rare. During the good old days, I wasn't as aware as I am right now. So in the good old days, it felt like a good old butt whooping, but back in the day. It was a back in the day whooping. Today feels like a today whooping. If you don't slow down and get your things together, butt whooping and butt whooping. Past, present, future. It's all the same. Butt whooping. So that's their biggest thing. They're afraid that people aren't going to... no. The hope is that things can go back to normal. They're always searching for that thing, and they think that thing resides in more things, more of this realm. You know, they think stuff, everything. So I don't have to feel, so I don't have to process, so I don't have to transmute, so I don't have to feel, so I don't have to process, so I don't have to transmute. It's like that, right? We look at the quarantine. How many people came face to face with themselves and were sickened by it? They couldn't even take it. They looked for everything from without, they just went from the outer regions, the outer world. They went from, doing it out in the world to doing it on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So they have not changed really. They just changed the way they did their dirt. So far, let's take a look and see what the outcome as it stands right now. I think that more people are going to start working in harmony. Not as many as there should be, but there's going to be some sort of agreement or correlation. People are going to start to wake up. And I think that once people start coordinating their efforts, I'm not talking about get on a line and be like, yeah, we're going to do this for this, and like give everybody a heads up and show them our playbook. Yeah, we're going to do it like this, and we're going to do it with this, and who's involved, and this is how they're going to do it, and this, so they can already anticipate it. But no, a different way. I think that if we are spirit led, that we will all work in concert. Basically, you can't see the macrocosm. Basically, it's like just stay in your lane and do your thing, and it will. You ever heard that? When I was a kid, they used to say stuff like, oh, I'm a beautiful patchwork or something like that, to that effect. It never made no sense to me, so I really tuned it out. But it was like, it's a beautiful patchwork. Don't look underneath, because that's where all the knots and crap is. But on top, on this side, it's still a hot mess. But I get it. I don't do needlework, but this is the type of thing that they're telling you. I've seen the bottom. I've seen the bottom of my own. So all I'm just saying is that you find your purpose. And most likely we already know our purpose because it's been calling us for years and years and years. But do your thing, stay in your lane. It's like a relay, right? They're working together but separate, and one leg of that relay can mess up everybody, right? You could have the star the star runner at the end, bringing it on home. But really, can they really make up a little bit of everybody's time and your time? I mean, they could if they that fast, but I mean, come on. All I'm saying is stay in your lane, find out what you're supposed to be doing to help Earth, and do it. Do the heck out of it. Do it all day, every day, whenever you can. Don't get out of balance, but actively, consciously start your work. Okay, whatever that may be. So what are some things that we as light workers, empaths, energy healers, all of us, what can we do to help expedite this situation? Find your passion. Find your passion. Follow your passion. That's one of the main things, just like I just said. Follow your passion. Discover what your passion is, what your calling is, because you have your fated life and you have your destined life. If we don't awaken, we just live out the course of this flesh in our fated life. However, if we find our destined life, that life that we were destined to do, the life that we came to do, then, you know what I mean? It's much, much better. I mean, we can start doing the work that we need to do and elevate all that quicker. Okay. So what else? I don't know what that is. Okay. Be fearless. We are afraid of stuff that don't even make no sense. Stuff that don't even happen. I worked through this, right? I went through this situation where I didn't want to do things. Okay. I already knew, my guides and my higher self and everybody already told me that I can have what I want because I am a powerful manifester. However, on my end, it was like, what I want to manifest. I don't know. Like what? Like I'm manifesting everything. It's happening. But like I never focusedly concentrated on manifesting intentionally. Right. So I didn't do anything. Like also with my natal chart and everything, I was frozen in place because there were so many things that I could do. There were so many things that I'm good at. And that's not bragging. That's just honest. I have a lot of things that I'm gifted and talented to do. And that's not the actual gift. The gift is that I am an awesome manifester. So whatever I put my intention into will be successful. It's not the thing itself. It is me, right? So that's what you kind of got to understand, that is your soul, your spirit, your essence propelling this meat sack, okay? This flesh, right? It is like, so difficult to describe in the words of what you hear and see. Okay. Too many of us, it's like your body is your vehicle, okay? If you don't properly maintain it and use it, then it starts to go downhill. And pretty quickly, right? You could just have a whole mess of problems. Our soul, our spirit, we are the person. It is that spark, our life, our essence, our power that drives this flesh, right? Drives this car, this meat car we driving. Now, a lot of people are just okay with it being self-driving. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a self-driving car if it's an intentional. But like if you're just going to be a passenger seat and nobody has the wheel, everybody, you ever hear this? Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel. You take the wheel. Drive it. Learn what to do when you know what the rules are. You know the rules they give you when you do your driver's test. If this happens, you should turn this. Don't try to control it. Just spin with, like they give you these rules to do when you're driving your car. Same thing. Okay? Same thing. This is the vehicle by which we create and do our work. Don't let the vehicle control you because it is mindless. It has this base desires, base wants, base everything. It's only going to do that which makes it feel good. So drop the fear. The fear half of the time never comes to pass. It's way more worse in your mind than it actually is. Okay. Well, can you give me a crumb, Shay? You might be saying, what can I, Shay? Give me a crumb. Give me a crumb. All right, let me see if I can give you a crumb. Okay. This card right here. People are so busy surviving, okay, that they're getting out of balance. Like, first of all, we got to manifest our way out of this root chakra where we just constantly on basic needs, right? The world is designed to keep us in this and keep us unbalanced in this chakra so that we can't ascend. We can't progress. We can't move to the next level. We can't get to do the things that we need to do, that we should be doing. And I'm not a big person on should, but the things that we need to do. Okay? So you need to come up with see the big picture and not just the little things. I've said it before in other readings that you have been doing things traditionally. You've been waiting on the government to do it. You've been waiting on somebody else to do it. You've been waiting for gurus and everybody else to do it. But it's you who do it. It's you. You need, and I'm not saying it like we all need, like it's not easy and like it's taken me this long to get on it too. So I'm not saying like you. No. What we need to do as humans, as these human beings in this simulation matrix, whatever you want to label it, you need to try alternative methods, not just symptoms. You need to take the whole situation. There's a whole myriad of reasons and you need to start the journey. Just start the journey. You need to get healthy spiritually. And some people are just like, I don't want to do the work. And there lies the rub. It doesn't have to be work. Don't view it. Change the way you see it. So all in all, I feel like we can begin. We have all these people waking up and becoming aware of themselves. And I think that we just need to kind of intentionally direct our energy and start doing what it is that we do. Maybe you have this affinity for crystals. Like you don't know why, but your crystals are your obsession. Then your work has something to do with crystals, honey, and start there. Just start learning everything you can about crystals. Or I'm so drawn to energy healing. Okay, start there. Pick up a book. Look for a workshop online or something. You know what I mean? Start. Just start. Baby steps. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to do all this. You can baby step this, but get on track and start to do it. And the Earth's energy will begin to start filtering out some of these things. We need to become more than they, if not necessarily in number, but in energy expenditure. So I hope you guys enjoy this little session, hangout session with me as we look into the energy right now that's surrounding the earth right now and what we can do to help start transmuting some of this. And if you found any value or this helped your day in any way, please give me a thumbs up, like the video so that it can make it more visible to people and they can also hear this message. And also if you haven't subscribed, come on. Give me your subscribe. Come on, be my friend. Come on. We can kick it like this all the time. We can kick it like this anyway. But if you're a subscriber, then I know that I'm reaching people and people want to stick around and do those types of things. So I appreciate it. Okay. And as always, you guys, elevate.